Cincinnati is a city with deep roots of resistance, resilience, and real pain. But some wounds never have the chance to heal because the system that caused them keeps reopening them.
What you here for, T? I'm here to make history. I'm here to kill all that white supremacy. It's about time that we stop telling history and tell our story. But here I go. Peace, God, times is hard.
On Friday, the Good Troublemakers plan to support our brother Jordan at his event, Born to Live. It was created for the youth to help them navigate encounters with law enforcement and understand their rights. Because for Black children, surviving the system is something they have to be taught. And that's the heartbreak. No matter how well we raise our kids, they're still not seen as human in the eyes of law enforcement.
When we fill out the womb, we expect them to have a long life, great life, have kids, buy a house. So that's what we're here today to try to, get to the core objectives of how can we do that.
A few hours before the event, we got a call. A coalition of mothers, women who had lost their sons to police violence, were on their way to Cincinnati, including Tamir Rice, the mother of Tamir Rice. They weren't just passing through. They had been planning this visit for over a month to meet with the family of Ryan Hinton, the 18-year-old boy who was shot and killed by Cincinnati police. But here's what shocked us. The local organization that was supposed to host them canceled the day before their arrival. Not only did they cancel, they never told the community that this powerful group was coming. No promotion, no welcome, no plan.
Being at home with your siblings, maybe older sister or brother have to watch the sibling and the cops come to the door what to do, being approached on the street and things like that, how they should ask, tell them their name, but they need to ask for their parents. Don't sit there and be questioning no kids. My children were questioning, and I had these two kids at the same time. You understand me? Don't question my kids. So I teamed up with the ACLU and I did that, and it's online. Yeah.
But lucky for them, and for all of us, they got connected to the Good Troublemakers. And we were not about to drop the ball because we understand how urgent, how sacred, and how necessary this conversation was, and we knew the community deserved to be in that room.
I came because I, one, want to support Jordan and Grow and everything that they do. Two, I would love to hear what they are planning on telling the kids, and specifically the boys, on how to handle it. Because I think that you always should have, if you don't talk about it or give them a heads up, then sometimes kids do, or young people react in a way that is frantic or alarming. So I think I'm interested to hear what they have to say. And I think for me, in some places we have good, for the most part, police community relations in certain parts of town, but I think that there's always work to be had. I think there's always collaboration to be had, and I just think that this might be the type of space for that.
I want you young people to listen to what he said on his first start. Because he wants to sit back and say, who told you?
Man, I wish somebody would have told me the truth a long time ago. Nobody sat me down and said, look, this ain't that and that ain't this. I was deceived for so long. It's only right that I expose all this deception.
So we just got finished setting up the space for the town hall. Like literally we had less than 24 hours to put this together. So I'm just hoping for a good turnout. And really do something impactful for our community. Shouts out to the Avondale Community Council and SOACT for allowing us to use the space. Now we have to make sure we have food for everybody. We are the dream team. If we could pull off this town hall within 24 hours, it's nothing that we can do. So the Good Troublemakers, we moved fast. Our team pulled our resources together and organized a powerful, intimate town hall in Avondale within a few hours. And that decision, it changed our lives. It created connections that are gonna last a lifetime.
Anybody in this city know A1. If you say A1, they know where it is.
Okay.
Right? And there's a reason for that. This woman is not only helped out with creating our own senior advocacy organization, but she's also helped out with, she's the Avondale Community Council president. So anything that's going on, that's why she's running this morning, because there's a couple of little things going on in different parts in Avondale. But Sandra, like I said, I know I'll let you catch your breath. That's fine. And I said I could tell you a little bit about Avondale. She could tell you more about it. So thank you. This space in particular, this used to be a nursing home, right? So it's a nursing home forever. And I can remember coming through these walls thinking, why they gotta live like this? Why they gotta live like this? So what you see now is just an opportunity for our community to have and own something. So my name is Sandra Jones Mitchell, the president of this wonderful community. The city of Cincinnati has 52 neighborhoods. This is probably one of the few neighborhoods that have the majority African Americans. I always say, and Jim Kleeman, who you probably should look up, he said, there's no such thing as a black community if you don't own it. And so we don't own this neighborhood, we just live in it. And so my goal is the president, and so we can maybe take on some ownership of some of the properties that are taking place in this community. Because what we've allowed to happen, like we have across this country, folks have come in, identified our neighborhoods, and we walk out. When I started my journey at age 17, it was a miracle, right? Jesse Jackson came up to Hughes High School, one of our high schools in town. We said, what are you gonna do to change the world? I'm like, I don't know, I'm only 17, I ain't going out there. He said, you need to go join your community council. And I joined this community council, and I've been a part of that ever since. I'm now 64 years of age.
Ryan Hinton's mother was present, quiet, and surrounded by love. Out of respect for their family's privacy, they chose not to appear on camera, but the presence of these mothers gave her something cameras could never capture: solidarity, sisterhood, and sacred understanding. Hearing their stories was hard. Their sons were just boys, and the pain of their deaths sits heavy. It was hard to swallow, it was hard to hear, but we needed to.
Yes, I'm Samaria Rice. I am the mother of Tamir Rice. My son was 12 years old when he was murdered in Cleveland, Ohio by a Cleveland police officer named Timothy Loman Frank Grandback. I came into Cincinnati today to show solidarity with the Hinton family and to also not allow Ryan's case to be overshadowed from what the dad has done. We stand in solidarity with the dad, and we stand definitely in solidarity with the mom. I'm traveling with Building Bridges today. I'm Samaria Rice. I have the Tamir Rice Foundation. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Awesome. So, why was it important for you? Because you had a whole coalition of mothers who, some of the stories I didn't even know, who had children that were murdered by the police. Why was it important for you guys to come and show compassion and love to the Hinton family today?
To show our strength, our resilience to the mom, to support what they want, and what's happening down here on the grounds in Cincinnati, and to just give her encouragement to create the narrative on her own and be her son's voice, Ryan.
Awesome. So, what's important that you think that just our community, what we need to know, what we should do, and how we can just continue, well, not even continue, move in a way where we are not continuing to deal with the same thing?
Well, we got to organize and unify, and have those uncomfortable conversations and get with like-minded people like yourself that want to see the same thing that you want to see at the end of the day. That's what I would say. And be strategic about this, because they don't want us to win. They don't want us to organize. Be strategic with it, and do things in a process, and use that pencil and paper or ink and paper to put things down and make sure it's solid.
Yes, hi, my name is Antonita O'Neill. I'm the mother of Dantes O'Neill. He was murdered by Cincinnati police officer Orlando Smith November the 21st, 2012. So I was able to connect with them because I connected with mothers back in 2015. And one of my allied sisters, she reached out to me and told me to jump on a call for with Marquel and other mothers that was interested in joining the movement here, coming to stand in solidarity with the the mom of the Hinton family. So that's how I was able to join this today. It's important because we all actually had experienced some type of trauma. You know, whether the loved one passed away or just was impacted, or not just, but impacted by violence. And we need that type of support to hear stories, to hug on one another, to know that there's someone that you have to support, whether they're here or far away.
But you got to do what you got to do. And it's time out for this type of killing, and we're just begging them to stop. To watch your back. Because you got some people that will do some underhanded stuff behind the door that will undermine everything that we have here.
This wasn't just a town hall. It was a reckoning, a truth-telling, a call to action. A bond was formed here between cities, between movements, and between people who refuse to be silent. This is the work, this is the fight, and this is what good trouble looks like.
I got on 8 gold chains and 8 gold rings, and you still refuse to call me king. But what if I told you that I had a dream, that black men and women were on the same team, to make sure these babies can become what they dream? Listen here, little bitch, it ain't what it seems, cause I done walked on water and yet you still won't water me. I done parted the sea and yet you still can't see.